bicycle is a vehicle. You are obligated to follow all the rules of an automobile. It is important when you are riding your bicycle that you stay in the right-hand lane, or in the city of Long Beach, we have designated bike lanes. Get in the designated bike lanes. Okay. As far as riding a bicycle under the influence of any alcohol or drugs, that's a no-no. You can't be cited for that. I have someone close to me who decided that they were going to ride their bike home because it was better than driving, and they fell and broke their arm because they were drunk. So that's a no-no. As far as equipment is concerned, you want to make sure that you, if you're under 18, you must wear a helmet. The only person that's under 18 here is my daughter. So she will be wearing a helmet on the ride. Otherwise, helmets are optional for you. But it's important that when you do wear a helmet, if you're going to wear it, that you wear it right. Helmets are not made for us to be cute. They're made for our safety. So therefore, make sure your helmet is not tilted to the side. Make sure it's not on the back of your head and your forehead is exposed. Make sure it sits right on the top of your head. Snug. Also, bikes should have reflectors on it. And this is especially important if you're going to be doing some riding when the sun is going down, or if you're going to be doing riding at night. You need to have reflectors on your bike or lights. If you notice my bike here, I have a headlight up there, and there's also an LCD light in the back that they have headlights like that too. The little white thing. You can barely see it. This little thing right here.
Oh, okay.
So, so you can get that. They have all the luminary things, different lights that you can use at the different light shops. When you're riding a bicycle, again, safety. Don't ride anybody on your handlebars. Don't ride anybody on the back here, unless your bike was made for two people. That's the only time you should have two people on it. Also, when you're carrying articles, it's good to have a basket or a pannier or a saddle bag, like the one I have on my bike, or what Elizabeth has on the back of her bike. That way you can keep your hands on the handlebars at all times. The rules are you should have at least one hand on the handlebar to control the bike. When you are also riding your bike, people are more comfortable on the sidewalk. They don't want to ride in the street because they're afraid of getting hit by cars. But the problem is when you're riding on the sidewalk, people are walking. People are coming out of stores, cars are coming out of the driveways, and they're not really expecting a bicycle to go flying down the street. They may be looking for pedestrians, but bicycles move a lot faster. You can have a collision with a pedestrian or a car coming out of the driveway that may not see you coming by. So, ride in the street. When you ride in the street, use your hand signals. Elizabeth's going to demonstrate our hand signals for us. So when you want to make a right turn, there are two ways that you can show you're going to make a right turn. The first is extending your right hand, of course. The next way is extending your left arm upward. You want to make a left-hand turn. There you go. And also important is make sure you get in your left-hand turning lane. Don't do something crazy, go in the crosswalk or whatever. Get in your left-hand turning lane. And the last thing you want to do is let the car know that you're slowing down. There you go. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yes.
We like to listen to music when we're exercising. That's good, but make sure when you're listening to music that you at least leave one ear open so you can hear what's going around you. Make sure the ear is open that's facing traffic. So if I'm riding this way, this ear should be open and I should have my earphone in that ear. Okay. And not too loud so you won't be rocking it out when you get hit by a car. Nobody wants that.
That's true too.
When you get on your bike, a lot of times people sit down. The way they make sure that they feel okay on the bike is they're standing up and their seat is touching their bottom and their feet are flat on the ground. That's not the proper way to figure out if the seat is high enough. Because when you're riding the bike, you're not standing upright on your bike, you're sitting down riding your bike. So if you notice Elizabeth, when she stands up on her seat, her feet she's on her tippy toes.
So I shouldn't be flat-footed.
You should not be flat-footed when you are standing upright on your bike like that. So you should make sure you have when you sit on your bike, you won't be crunched like this. You have some room to move around. Make sure you wear the right gear. The longer you ride on your bike, the more your butt is going to hurt if you're not used to it. Get some cycling shorts.
That's serious time.
Get some cycling shorts.
Yeah.
They have plenty. They range from $30 to $120. You just get what's special for you. Because when you, yes.
I'm sorry, you said get cycling short or
Cycling
padding or
shorts.
something?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're padding.
Oh,
You can get either or. They
Much
have padding. I don't have any on right now, I'm sorry. But they have padding, or they even have padded undergarments that you can just get regular biker shorts and put that on underneath. I would just suggest getting a pair
Oh,
of
no, I
biker
just thought you
shorts.
changed the seat out.
No. They actually have cycling shorts that actually help a lot.
Oh.
Your butt will be sore the longer you ride until you get used to it.
See, I learned something new today.
Okay. So when you're in the street, even if you're riding in the bike lane, you got to watch out for the door zone. The door zone is when people are in their cars and they swing open the door and you crash into it or you get knocked off your bike. It's happened several times. So make sure you look out for people that are in their cars, and also just ride at least 3 feet away from cars that are parked on the side. So just in case you don't see somebody in the car.
So like an arm's width distance, you want to, if you can just imagine, like if you stick out your arm, you want to be that far away from the car.
Thank you. A lot of times cars don't really like cyclists because we ride too slow. And a lot of times you'll be riding your bike down the street and somebody wants to turn right and you're just not moving fast enough. But you're moving about 15, 20 miles per hour. The car doesn't know that because they're going about 40. So they think they can hurry up and get in front of you and slow down and then make a right-hand turn. Dangerous. It's important that you look out for vehicles that are going to do that. Just because you're in the bike lane, don't act like you have the right way. If you're not in a car, you will die. So, think your life first. Nobody cares if you're right. If you have to slow down, look out for people who might do that. And it could happen on the opposite way too, that people might want to make a left-hand turn in front of you. So you have to look out for the cars. The other thing is when you're, they call it the right hook, you're making a right-hand turn. Actually, I was just thinking about this because a cyclist was sitting right here and I was wanting to make a right-hand turn. And he's looking at me to see what I'm going to do. But of course, cyclist thinking, I'm waiting for him to go ahead and go. But some cars are not going to do what I do. Some cars are not going to wait for you to go across. Some cars are going to turn right in front of you. And that's important. And even some semi-truck drivers will do that. Some cyclists have been killed because maybe they were trying to beat the truck and they were making a right-hand turn and they didn't make it. So it's important. I'm not trying to scare you, just trying to make you aware of what's going on. You have to look out for yourself. Don't think the car sees you. Don't think, oh, they're going to let me go by. No.
Yeah, just assume they don't see you.
Assume they don't see you.
Even if they do see you here.
Defensive riding like defensive driving. Okay, we covered the right hook, we covered the left cross. And the other thing is the rear end collision. This is something that can't really be avoided because normally you don't see it coming. Somebody is probably drunk that's going to run into the back of you on your bike. But it can happen. You just have to be aware of your surroundings and what's going on. I think the best way to prevent this is to perhaps, they have little mirrors that go on the side of your sunglasses. And that way you can look out and see what's going on behind you, see if somebody's veering out of control or whatever. And other things too, if you're just on the highway, you can always stay closer to the right side. That way if a car does veer into your lane or might be coming towards you, you won't be so much in their way. Okay?
Yeah, I think also too, when I'm riding my bike, you can hear, like, I don't know if I have a heightened sense because I'm a cyclist now, but you can hear a car being close to you. If something doesn't feel right, then you can get over more or stop or get off the road. Right. So I think listening, like the other thing about having music in both ears, you can only want to have it in one. So the one that's out to the street, you'd be listening for traffic coming by you.
And that's it for safety. You guys have any questions about anything?
The only thing I have question is from last time is if you could explain the gears, because I had a challenge going up and I didn't know if I had to change my gears.
You always have to change your gears if your terrain changes. Okay, so when you're first getting on your bike and when you get a new bike or you get on one of these and you're riding, Play with your gears. Switch them up to see what they feel like.